So the first call we're going to take today is Gavin from Alabama, who is going to have to explain, because what I see, I don't understand on this screen. I have just a short blip of what you have. Gavin, can you hear us okay?
I can.
All right. I believe you have a
Can you
question
hear me?
about a house in your grandparents' backyard. Is this correct?
No, what it is
No, not
Okay.
quite.
What is it?
come, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. How can we help you, sir?
Okay. Um, in March, my wife and me will have been married for 2 years.
Uh-huh.
My parents gifted us my grandparents' trailer, which is in their backyard.
Okay.
And before I accepted it, I asked her, "Are you okay moving here? Because it is in my parents' backyard. As long as we're together, that's fine." 6 months later, I found that wasn't the case.
Okay. What did you
In
find out?
August of 2017, she left.
All right.
Um,
And so what's the question?
and now she is saying she will not move back she will not move back to the trailer at its current location.
All right.
So is the problem where
Housing-
it is, or is there something else going on?
It's where it's at. She doesn't want to be behind my parents anymore.
Mm-hmm.
She says that it's isolating her, and has just nitpicked and tried to find every excuse not to move back.
Okay, so let me make sure I understand here, Gavin. Am I hearing you say that she's willing to try to work on the marriage, but not if she's going to be living in that trailer behind your parents? Is that correct?
Right.
Okay.
Right. We'll have to find a new place to live.
All right, so here's my question to you. Which is more important to you at this point, trying to put the marriage back together or still living in that trailer behind your parents' house?
I've tried putting the marriage back together, and that has been one of the priorities the past year and a half. I don't have the funds right now to move. That's one of the issues.
Okay, so here's my question. Do you feel that this is some way that she's trying to keep from putting back the marriage back together, or do you feel that she's telling you that it really does bother her that much to live there?
She has told me that it bothers her that much to live there,
And do you believe
and
it?
I've told her I agree.
Okay.
I don't like living there as much either,
Okay.
just because I don't like living in my parents' backyard. But right now, neither one of us have the funds to move.
I understand.
But if she can give me like 6 months
Okay. So here's a
of us
suggestion.
working together, then
And when you say, okay, we can figure out a plan for 6 months if we work together, what does she say in response to that, my friend?
she just goes silent.
Go silent. Okay. So here's a suggestion. I'm not saying it's necessarily going to work, but a suggestion I'm going to make. You see, I think you're on the right track. But it sounds as if, and of course I don't know her, so I can only guess here, but it sounds as if she may be fearing that you're saying, okay, this could take 6 months, we'll work it out. Might be that, well, that's your intention, but we still may wind up being here 7 months, 8 months, 10 months, 12 months, 14 months later. In other words, that she hears you say you're willing to do that, but the fear she has is, well, what if we can't figure out how to make that work? Then I'm looking at a future of continuing to live here. And so maybe a slightly different approach, because I think what you're doing is very wise, but a slightly different approach where let's us together make a plan. As a matter of fact, I'm going to listen to you just as I ask you to listen to me. We're going to take some paper. We're going to sit down. If we need to talk to somebody who can be a third party to help us be objective, then let's pick whoever he or she may be. And let's sit down and together write this plan so that she feels she really is being heard, so that she can get past her fear that 9 months from now it still hasn't worked and that you're still there. Is there some objective third party she would trust enough and that you would trust enough to help you think through a plan like that?
I've tried to get her mom to help us.
Maybe not her mom, maybe somebody that's more objective. For example, do you happen to know an accountant, or do you happen to know a banker that both of you are friends with and that you have confidence in?
No, we don't.
Don't know anybody like that. Okay, are you church people by any chance?
No.
Okay.
We are,
Mm-hmm.
but she doesn't. We don't go to the same church
Okay.
anymore.
All right, but you still go to churches, just different churches?
Right.
Okay. Well, then maybe you go see her minister, if that's who she has confidence in, because right now it sounds to me like the problem is this. Now I'm guessing because I don't know your wife, but it sounds to me like the problem is that she's afraid, okay, we're going to get back together, live there, even though our plan is to leave, we're going to wind up still being there because somehow we're not going to make that plan work. Therefore, if you see somebody that she trusts, somebody with good sense, and I'm just going to assume for a minute that her minister has good sense, somebody where you can two can sit down together and say, okay, let's figure this out. What do we need to do financially so that within 6 months we can be out of here? And the reason you can do that, just the two of you, obviously. The reason I'm suggesting a third party is somebody who can ask you questions like, okay, but have you thought about this? And have you thought about that? And if this doesn't work, what's your backup plan going to be? Because my guess, and of course I'm guessing, but my guess is that the reason she goes silent is because she's thinking, no, it's not going to work and we're still going to be here a year from now. Whereas if you can get her involved and make a written plan that both of you will follow, that then you help to alleviate that fear, and you can go ahead and put the marriage back together and still get what both of you want, which is to live someplace else. Because when people pull together as a team trying to make something like that work, they get along a whole lot better than if one feels like it's the other person's responsibility alone.
Right.
Do you think that could work, my
Okay.
friend?
Well, I can try.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's why, because I've been trying to work 3 jobs just to try and
Wow.
get as much free income freed up
Right.
to where I can move.
Okay. Are you familiar with who Dave Ramsey is?
Yeah,
Okay.
I've been trying to follow his stuff.
Excellent. Do you know if anybody in your area teaches his Financial Peace University? Like if it's
My church does.
Good. Then
My church does on occasion.
all right. Is there a particular couple or individual that leads that class when your church does it?
It's my pastor.
Okay. Does she?
He gave us the Dave Ramsey book when we
Okay.
got married.
Good. Does your wife trust that pastor?
I do not know anymore.
Okay, all right. Well, then maybe you look for another church. There are bound to be churches around you doing Financial Peace University, and I think maybe that's the place to start. Find out some individual or couple in your area that leads Financial Peace University. Say to your wife, let's go sit down with this couple and get them to help us figure out a plan. And tell the couple, I can't pay you for this, but I know you care about people because you lead that class. Can you help my wife and me figure out how to make this work over a period of time? And if your wife agrees to that, then you've got some really good help, well-trained, and they can help you figure this out and give your wife some peace of mind that, hey, we really will make this work.
Okay. Well, I'll try that because I've exhausted all other options I know of.
Well, that's my suggestion. Try that. And I'm sure if you look on Dave's, I don't look at Dave's website. He's a friend. As a matter of fact, tomorrow I'm actually speaking at Diva over there. And so I'll be around Dave's employees tomorrow. But there's bound to be something online that'll tell you who in that area does those classes. And if that's not true, just call the place and say, this is what I'm looking for, help me. And get that couple and help you guys work out that plan. Okay, my friend?
Okay.
All right, give that a shot. Let me know if it doesn't work, okay?
All right.
All right, thank you.
Thank you,
I greatly
Gavin.
appreciate it.
You're very welcome.